What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother, King Jabez. I'm gonna get right to work. I don't have much time before it gets dark here, but I wanted to come on live, rather, and give a message that I think my audience needs to hear. So I'm not gonna take too much of your time, maybe 10 or 15 minutes or so, and give a direct word on this evening. Chosen ones, you have to watch out for the snakes that appear when the wealth is released. You must look out for the snakes that appear when the wealth is released. Now, I'm going to break down what I mean by that briefly. I'm going to get into this. And I will say, first of all, the snakes appear when things are going well in your life. That's when they show up. They don't normally come when you're, when things are going bad for you. These people normally show up in your life when you're doing well. When doors start, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Tarsus? Is that Tarsus? What's up? How you doing? Grand Rising. What time is it where you at? Somebody said Grand Rising. You must be another part of the world. That's cool if you are. You're welcome, by the way. So I want to work on this. Like I said, don't have much time. I want to get right to it, talk to you. Once you start to go forward and to make progress and to do well in life, listen to me. Somebody says, I'm glad I found your channel. I have learned so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear that. I really am. That's why I make the content. What's good? All right, Caleb, man. I'm doing good. About yourself, brother? All right, what's up, brother? I'm good, man. Good to hear y'all. This is totally spontaneous, man. I didn't plan this. I had this word, man. So I got about, I don't know, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes before it gets dark. You know what I mean? Miss Ace, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to be here for another live. Good to see you, brother. I appreciate you, gang. Thanks for showing up, man. So, guys, like I said, I don't have much time. I'm outside before it gets dark, and so I want to drop this word. I thought about earlier doing a video on this, but I don't know, it'd be kind of better to do it in this type of format. I felt led to do it this way, to kind of just get on live for real quick, talk to you, and give you some insight. Brother, you are a blessing, God, and you saved me from going. Oh, I appreciate that, man. That's real talk, bro. I appreciate you sharing that. Real talk. I'm glad I'm helping you, man. That's the purpose of the videos, man. A lot to you. Got a fly up in the car. Today was like one of the hottest days of the summer here. It was like 100 plus. It was burning up. So let me get a little air up in here, if you don't mind. What's up? What's up? I'm good. Somebody said tuning in from Rhode Island. That's what's up. Wherever you're from, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? So, guys, like I said, I'm not going to waste any time. As you all comment, I'll kind of speak as I can. Don't take it personal if I can't respond to you, because I'm on limited time before it gets dark. But let me say this. Snakes will show up. Listen to me. When your wealth is released. Now, wealth is a very generic word. Sometimes we're not referring to just money. It could be an open door, wealth of knowledge, wealth of relationships. When something is working out good for you, that's kind of the context of this talk. Whether that be you have a new song, for those of you guys who are artists, and you got a song that's doing well. Maybe you're a person who has been single for a while, and you now have a partner. You're in a relationship, and it's doing well for you. People get jealous of your relationship. People will get jealous of your relationship, especially if you're two people who look good, who have purpose, who are going forward. So it could be a relationship. It can be music. It could be a number of things you do. You know what I mean? And so when people see that you're having success in an area, it could be even creating online content for those of you who do that. Whenever you find yourself in a position where things are working out well for you, this is when the snakes like to show up. Now, obviously, with a talk like this, you kind of get the context, you kind of catch my drift. I'm looking at the first time that happened in human history. Now, some people don't believe in Adam and Eve, don't believe in the Genesis account of creation. If you don't, that's your decision. More power to you. You know what I mean? But I personally do. And so, honestly, I do believe in the Genesis account of creation. And so, if that is true, and I believe it is, they had a perfect situation, right? I mean, Adam had a perfect wife, Eve had a perfect husband, the garden was beautiful, fresh food, everything was going well, the animals was subject to them. It was just this perfect high vibration environment, right? You picture high vibration, you picture good energy, right? Imagine being out there in the cool of the day, like now, like evening, having a direct conversation with the Most High, right? That's the access that Adam had. The scripture says that in the cool of the day, Adam would communicate with God. So he had this perfect environment. He's connected to the Most High being, and who comes in? What happens? The serpent comes in. So snakes often appear where things are going well, to bring confusion, to mess up your progress, to hinder you. And some of you've experienced that. Understand this, that a test will often come after a breakthrough. A lot of people are not prepared for that. You think that you struggle so much to get this blessing, to get this open door, whatever it may be. And once you get that blessing, if you're not careful, if you lack discernment, you let your guard down. You're not even knowing that, okay, this is a time I should really be on guard. This is a time to really do what I've been teaching on my platform, and that is to protect your progress. So many of you, when things are going well, the, the spiritual test isn't over once your blessing comes. The spiritual test is also after the break. This is when the snakes show up, right? So they could be at work. This could be a lot of, some of you are going through workplace bullying right now. This can be at home relationships. This could be at the gym, just simply making progress on the weights. It could be something as simple as that. You're getting your body in shape. A lot of people don't go to the gym. People don't take care of themselves. It could be a number of things. I don't care what it is. So, again, the idea here, the context here, is that you are having success in something. You follow me? Right? And when that happens, listen to me, the snakes show up. So I'm using the example of the garden. I want you to get this really good. That didn't end with Adam and Eve. That's why I'm telling you this today on this evening. Now, some of you guys are going to miss this because you don't like what I'm saying, but hear me good. Hear what I'm saying to you. Hear me real good tonight. Okay? I'm about to leave in a few minutes, but I want to drop this piece real quick. Listen to me. The message tonight is crystal clear. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to upload it, go run it back, listen to it again, get this in your head forever. You hear me? When you are doing well in life, okay, let me break it down. Doors are opening. You have those blow up moments we talked about. Come on, let's talk. You pass those tests. Life is going good. You're prospering. You're being blessed. People are rocking with you. Whenever that has happened in my life, I'm looking at right now, in the past, whenever I had some success in any area, the haters start showing up. The snakes start pulling. They come out. They come out of the woodworks. You don't know they're even there. These hidden snakes. And a lot of times these people who was cool with you at one point, and they just start switching up, and it gets weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I want you to be aware of that, not to be afraid of it, because we don't live in fear, right? What is fear again? Y'all know my content, right? Fear is false evidence appearing real. So we don't live in fear. We don't operate off of fear. No, we don't live at that low frequency. But we are aware. Okay, we are aware. So we don't live in fear, but we are aware of the times when. Make sense? We're not living in a fantasy world. And some of you who are there need to get out of that fantasy world. It's time to wake up, realize you're in the real world. And in the real world, you have to be conscious of the energy and the people who are around you. So, as I give this word, stay focused. Let me say that. You know, when they show up, and one of the goals also of a snake is to change the perception that others have of you. Okay? Snakes, their goal isn't just to simply hinder your progress, but they want to also change how other people see you. That's one of their major goals. If people see you and they respect you, they like what you got going on, they're supporting your progress. A snake's goal is to change the perception. And they change, let me just drop this knowledge real quick. They change the perception by slander. They change the perception by lying. They change the perception by gossiping. They change the perception by withholding support. That's another big one. People will sometimes withhold support because they don't want you to go so far. You follow me? And so when that begins to happen, the goal of that is to discourage you. The goal of that is to break your spirit. The goal of that is to get you off your square. But I want you to stay locked in right here first. See what I'm pointing at, right? At this, my brain. Pointing right, stay locked in right here. Me personally, iron, that's what iron is, by the way. I stay locked in right here. I take people's opinion with a grain of salt. It's like water off a duck's back. You know what I mean? I stay focused. I stay locked in, aligned. Why is that? Because I know who I am, right? You got to know who you are. So if you are chosen, know yourself. Have confidence. Have a sound mind, right? We can't be out here just all over the place. So when you know who you are, when you renew your mind daily, exactly, through meditation. I'm going to keep on preaching that, guys. Keep meditating. Get your mind right. Get those downloads. Take note of your dreams. Some of you have had so many dreams in the last 2-3 months and you're not acting on it. Why are you not acting on it? Because you don't take it serious. You don't realize those dreams are direct messages from the Most High. That's why. So you're getting direct downloads. You're getting insight as to what you are supposed to be doing directly. Okay? Some of you will get messages through numbers, right? You're getting all these messages each day through the experiences you have in the life. You get messages, some of you, from your own children, right? Children can be used at times to give you a message. Through your reading, through messages like this, right? All of this is helpful and necessary in your process and going forward. Somebody says, I started journaling since this month. Thank you for that motivation. That's good. I'm glad you're doing that. Those of you who are not on a journaling journey, start doing that. I have been doing that for years. I got so many downloads from that. I got a stack of those downstairs in the basement right now in my house. You know what I mean? And so all of that is very helpful in going forward. All right, so real quickly, I got a few more minutes. Any questions? I got a few minutes. It's about to get dark out here. This is your time. Some of you all have been messaging me, giving me direct messages, emails. Any thoughts on this concept? Somebody says, I've been praying for revelation. You need to keep doing that. If you keep on praying, it'll come eventually. So if you're praying for revelation, that's the right place to begin. Real quick, any questions? Somebody said, Big Bro, it's my first time catching the live. Welcome. Good, glad you're here tonight. Appreciate you. Somebody said, just want to say thank you for all the messages, brother. You've added so much light to us. I appreciate that. I really do. How can you increase your discernment? Okay, that's one question. Can witchcraft be done on believers? I'll give you a short answer to a long one. Yes. Question is, will it work? That depends. That depends on you, where you're at spiritually, how you're aligned, how you're protecting yourself, I guess, for lack of a better word. But the answer to that, yes, it can. The weapon can be formed, right? But it won't prosper. How do you increase your discernment? Discernment, to me, is increased by real life, right? Living real life. And, well, let me back it up a little bit. Studying the word, learning the truth, right? Learning the truth first, thoroughly, clearly, understanding it, reading, reflecting, memorization of the words of the Most High. Start there. but then putting that what you do know into practice. You cannot increase your discernment if you don't do what you already know. So the Most High is not going to give you more knowledge if you're not being obedient to what you do know, right? So one way to increase your discernment, of course, is to read, study, reflect. But to add to that, I will say, by obeying what you know, and as you obey, your discernment becomes stronger. Lovely lady, can you get that out? Appreciate that. So as you do what you know, you become wiser, and as you become wiser, the Most High will give you more. You draw. How do you get out of monitoring? How do you get out of monitoring spirits? You can't. You will always be monitored if you're doing something, right? If you're making progress, if you are a chosen one, right? If you are successful in your endeavor, like tonight's talk, rather, you know, you will be monitored. I guess one way of protecting yourself from that is when you see it for what it is, removing yourself and being careful of what you reveal, right? If you're doing something publicly, it's going to be monitored. I've been monitored online for the last 4.5 years. That's just the way it is. But once I discern who you are, then I make a decision as to how I carry myself around you. Does that make sense? So some of that you can't control, but what you can control who's around you, and you most certainly can control what you listen to and who you'll let influence you. How do you know you're chosen? I got a video on this platform right now. Check it out, 15 signs. I have another one that says 10 signs you're chosen for greatness. So those are two excellent videos for perspective on that. How do you protect yourself from family dysfunction? Leave planet Earth. No, I'm messing with you, man. I actually I'm joking with you because it's borderline impossible to a certain extent because you got to be around some family. Okay, that's just reality, especially if you're younger and you live with them. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, gang. What scripture comes to mind when increasing favor from God in our lives? Um, what scripture comes to mind when increasing favor from God for our lives? I'm thinking of Micah 6:8. He have showed the old man what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. There you go. I haven't said that one in a while. That was from my spirit. I haven't quoted that verse I don't know how long. But Micah 6:8, yeah, that's something when we're doing justly, favor will come. So hopefully that helped you, gang. You pulled that one out of me. I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about that one in a while. Somebody said must love, man. I'm just saying what's up. Love the content. Appreciate you, David. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for tapping in, man. Real talk. I appreciate all y'all, man, for coming in tonight. Spontaneous. I didn't plan this. I didn't announce this. This was totally spontaneous. I just felt led to do it. This was not planned. I did have this topic planned. I will say that I had the topic planned, but I didn't plan on doing it tonight. If that makes sense. I also come with some notes and everything else, but sometimes my lives they tend to do better when I just talk from the heart. No notes, no nothing. It's over. It's gone forever. I took it down. That's what happened. It is gone forever. Somebody says I like the title. Good message. It is definitely a strong title. Once your wealth comes, the snakes show up. Listen to me. We are at 111. 101 people here, 111 people right there. I appreciate y'all, all of y'all. Please hit that like button for me. And the reason for that isn't just so you can like me. I mean, that's nice, but that's not the purpose of that. If you like the video, the way YouTube works, it will show it to other people. That's why I asked you that. That's why I asked you to like it. Because some of you think I'm just asking just for likes. Oh, I want some likes. No, I'm not that vain. If you like the video, it will be spread. And if you believe in me and what I'm saying, you should do that. Somebody says, trust me, you will know if you are. Okay, I'm not. Got you. I'm about to be in that season any day. I'm expecting the snakes. Yeah, for real talk. This is kind of off topic, but have you ever considered doing Bible study live? And I feel like a lot of people would happily sow into you, understand some parts, but most is very difficult to understand. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've been kind of leery of that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have an extensive Bible knowledge, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of careful how I share it because it sometimes attracts that overly religious crowd that I don't want. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You know what I mean? You ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have enough knowledge of the Bible to talk about this every single day. I could literally get on here and talk about the Bible for hours. But if I did that, it would attract the wrong crowd. People come over here, religious spirits, monitoring spirits, come over here trying to restrict what I'm doing. So, yes, I have thought about it, but one of my responsibilities is to be careful how I share what I know. Hopefully that makes sense. Because in the past, whenever I've done that, it just brings this overly religious crowd that just blows up everything I got going on. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea, and I do have the knowledge to do that. That's my lane. But it's that's the challenge because I can do that. But then next thing you know, is all these people over here just religious and run my whole crowd off. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know how to answer that. But if you got a question now, I answer it for you. I don't mind doing that. Somebody says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's one of my things, man. I'm trying to be wise and sharing and how I share what I know. Have you thought about creating a Discord? Yes. You guys have been asking me that for long. I need to go ahead and just do that. What does it actually do anyway? Honestly, I've never been on Discord. So what is actually the purpose of that? How does it work out? Somebody said, what's good, Iron? Been watching you for a grip now. Retain gain. I love what you are doing. Nice to catch you randomly on live. You really helped me on my journey so far. I'm glad I found your page. Oh, I appreciate that, bro. I felt that, Solomon. That was genuine, brother. I appreciate you. You can tell when something's genuine, man. I felt that. So I appreciate that. Trying to cut out your own lane. That's what it is. I'm trying to cut out my own lane, and it's difficult. I'll be honest. I'm trying to find this balance that I haven't quite found yet. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to create my own lane, and that takes some wisdom. So with wisdom, I'm moving with caution. You know, if you had any random piece of advice for a young man, what would you advise? Huh? If you're a young man, meaning younger, my first thought is to find a few men older than you can learn from. That's what I did throughout my entire 20s. My 20s always had mentors who were normally men who were, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 years older than me. So if you are a young man, my belief is that iron sharpens iron. Men build men. You learn how to be a man by being around other men. That was my experience. That's most of our experiences. So, if that's the case, find some men you can respect. You know what I mean? I feel like every young man needs several mentors. I had several, not just one, because you can't put the responsibility on one person. But several people you can learn from. That's my advice to you. Start there. Of course, reading, working, get a job, work somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. Um, Keep yourself in shape, physically, spiritually, and mentally. So get some mentors, get you a gym, get your job, and get you some books. Real talk. Get yourself fit. You know what I mean? So you can protect yourself and others if you have to. Get a lot of books so you can fill your mind with knowledge. Part of being a man is having some knowledge on something. You know what I mean? So get you some books and stuff that you like, your own interests, whatever they may be. We're all different. You know what I mean? And of course, you need some type of income. So get you a job or two or three. I don't know. Whatever you got going on with that. And that's a good start, my boy. You do that, you'll be good. Do you have any dating advice for young men in their early 20s? If you are in your early 20s, you're dating. You should be, for one. I mean, I think this is the time to do that. I don't want to say experiment, but to kind of learn how to talk to women, understand female nature. So dating is a good thing. So I don't suggest just being by yourself. You know what I mean? Um, Proceed with caution. Don't get in too deep too soon. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? Know who you are yourself. Have yourself secure who you are first. Somebody says don't get married too fast. No, don't rush into anything. So take your time. Really get to, I mean, honestly, get to know the woman, that young lady. That's a start. Talk, ask questions. You know what I mean? Practically speaking, be charming. You're a young man. You know what I mean? Make her laugh. Show her a good time. Go on dates. Just be a normal young guy. But at the same time, what I'm saying, don't get head over heels of somebody that, you know what I mean, um, never be into a woman more than she's into you. If you just really into her, you know what I mean, and she not on the type of time with you, that's your message right there. You feel me? So take your time. With time, you'll get more information. More information, you'll actually know who you're with. But at the same time, don't be too serious. Loosen up, have a good time. Just be a normal young man. Make her laugh. Take her on dates. Be fun to be around. You know what I mean? All of that. You know. So that's some very basic knowledge. But dating is very complex, especially in today's world. Especially for you guys now in 2024. So I would tell you honestly, be careful out here. Be careful. But at the same time, don't be so fearful that you don't date. You should be dating, in my opinion. But you know, that's just what I think. But enjoy your life, man. You know what I mean? You only live once. And if you're going to date with a woman, don't work out, go on another with somebody else. You're not married yet. So this is your time to kind of figure that out, to kind of get out here. You know what I mean? And if the energy is off, it ain't, you're not vibing, then just leave it for what it is. Don't catch the hint. You see what I'm saying? If it ain't that, it ain't that. Somebody say any beard growing tips. Y'all ask me that every live, man. I wish I got this big beard on my face, man. Bro, this is partially genetics, to be honest with you. If you look at the texture of my hair, I do got some Indian in my blood. You see my hair and whatnot. So part of this is just genetics, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got lucky. But aside from that, honestly, your diet, you know what I mean, what you eat. If you're gonna grow a beard, grow it for about 3 or 4 months. Somebody said SR, that too. That will help. SR does help with beard growth and hair growth. I do believe that. Muscle growth, overall growth. So, of course, being pure celibacy for a period of time. You know what I mean? So you gotta do it forever, but for several months will be helpful. You know what I mean? What you eat, working out. And then if you are gonna grow a beard, let it grow. Stop going to the barbershop every 2 weeks if you want your beard out. You know what I mean? If you're gonna grow your beard, go with the 4 month rule. If you're gonna grow a beard, let it grow for about 4 months. Because what's gonna happen is if you keep on cutting your beard, the barber's gonna line it right there and take all that off. Like every time I go to the barber shop, he always asks me, do I want to take it down? He wants to take my beard down for whatever reason. I keep telling them, no, I'm growing it out. So I've been growing my beard now for a year. Actually, Friday made a year. So this is a 1 year beard starting Friday. Sea moss, I'm sure that probably helps. I didn't think about that, but if that helps, man, go for it, bro. Whatever works for you. You know what I mean? Somebody said, appreciate you, big bro. Yeah, hopefully that helped you out, gang. But at the end of the day, man, you young, man, live your life, man. I ain't gonna tell you nothing different. I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's just between me and some other people. I'm not gonna give you a religious answer, bro. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, just focus on God. No, God put women down here, bro. For you to see them and look at them. That's part of it. Okay? That's why you may look that way. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and even cap with you. You're a young man, gang. You see something you like, you want to go on a date with it, go for it. You know what I mean? If it worked, great. If it don't, keep it moving. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm gonna give you a real answer. You're a young man. I know who you are. I've seen your page, man. Do what you gotta do, bro. But be careful. I'll say that. Be careful out there. Use some wisdom. So, you know, I'm glad you guys came in for this live. This was definitely spontaneous. I appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? Somebody said castor oil helps or eyelashes growth. Could be beard. Maybe. Probably quite a few things. Any advice on finding your purpose? That's a very deep one, man. I feel so lost, especially after being diagnosed with. Did I want to read that lost in my business? But you know what, man? And it's getting dark. I got a few more minutes, but I'll answer this briefly. You know, if you want to find your purpose, let's start here, right? 1 Corinthians 7:7 says each man has his own proper gift from God, right? So everybody, my belief, we all have something that God gave us. Like me, for example, my gift of speaking. I think everybody who knows me understands that. So my ability to communicate my thoughts and to speak to other people, audiences of people, that's my gift. So of course my purpose will be somewhere in that lane. What you have to do is figure out what is your gift. What are you good at? What do you love to do? That's the first starting point. If you don't love it, it's not your purpose. God will not give you a purpose that you just hate. So figure out what is it that you're good at? What do you like to do? What is your passion? What are your goals? And that's a good indication as to what you should be working on. If you hate it, it's not your purpose. If you got to do it, it's not your purpose. There's some things that I got to do, but it's not my purpose. But if it's something that you enjoy, something you get pleasure from, you feel good. Like for me, when I upload a video, I feel good about that. I don't upload video and think, why did I do that? So when I'm talking to people, I feel good. That's a part of my purpose. So when you do something and you have that sense of satisfaction consistently after doing it, that's a very good sign right there. And so the only way to figure that out is to do something. Volunteer, work, get around people. You got to do something. You got to get active somehow to even figure out what you're good at. You will never figure out what you're good at if you're not doing anything. You see what I'm saying? And then quietness too. Sometimes when it's quiet, and that's why you got to be careful sometimes always being around people. In quietness, mysteries are revealed. So that's why meditation is important. That's why prayer is important. That's why reflecting is important. Because when you are in quietness, you can figure out what you're actually good at. Somebody says you shouldn't be asking him about your purpose. He ain't the Most High. I mean, that's apparent, but this is a questions and answers session, and so it's appropriate to ask a question like that. The Most High gives us people. I'm not sure which Bible or religious book you're using. The Most High gave Israel Moses. The Most High gave them Daniel. He gave them Joseph. He gave them John the Baptist. He gave them Esther. So I'm not quite sure what you're reading, but carry on. Do you think some of us are meant to go through life as a single person? Yeah, some people are. You know what I mean? I would say very few. You know what I mean? I would say few of us, but some of us are meant to be single. That's okay. You know what I mean? And if that's something you want to do, then do that. And then some of you, it may be meant to be single for a period of time. I got a guy who I grew up with. He didn't get married until he was like mid-30s, 35-ish. He was always single. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to be single for a while, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Do what you gotta do. I mean, everybody's different, like I said. You know what I mean? Some of us, if you ask a question like that, then that means you're contemplating going that route. So I would say go that route. Somebody says, I don't have to read nothing. I have a relationship with God. Okay, let me get you from over here. You kind of, you sound crazy. Because how you going to have a relationship with God while reading the book? Some people just be saying anything. You hear me? How in the world you going to have a relationship with God while reading this book? So yeah, man, if that's what you're thinking, I mean, you know what I mean? It's just something you're contemplating. I wouldn't speak against that. Go for it. You know what I mean? Do it for a period of time, and if you change that later on in life, that's cool too. Well, ladies, gentlemen, it's getting late. It's dark out here now. I probably should time this a little earlier. But hey, I'm glad you guys came through for this talk. I may do this again tomorrow. This worked out much better than I thought from just a spontaneous talk. I want you guys to stay strong, man. Thanks for tapping in. I will talk to you all soon.